Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and today we'll be talking about the best teams that you can use in the Ultra League Premier. And hey, Ultra League Premier is finally back and we're gonna have a lot of fun this week. Today I'll be sharing you some of my personal favorite teams for the Ultra Premier League, and the teams that I'm gonna give you are gonna be a lot different than the teams that you are seeing in YouTube. Well, I'm gonna give you the teams that either hit like a truck or are very tanky. And one thing is, the teams alone cannot help you for the good results. You would also need to build some strategies or tactics alongside your team. And if you have anything to say to me, then please leave a comment or follow me in the Twitter. The link is in the description. We can have a chat, or you can email me. The email ID is in the description as well. So yeah, let's start the video. So the first team is going to be Gallade, Feraligatr and Skarmory, and at the side you can see the matchup of this team against the top 11 or 10 of the Ultra Premier League Pokemons. Yeah, this team is going to be very balanced team, and ABB in most of the scenarios, like for those Aeros and Lanturn, as Feraligatr and Skarmory is both weak against the electricity, and I mean electric types. And in the lead, you can have pretty neutral matchup against those electric types. Yeah, you can always bait out those electric types, or you can use something strong against electrics instead of Annihilate. But Annihilate can give coverage against a lot of things like those Poliwraths and even Mandibuzz. It's going to be like neutral matchup. You just need to watch out for the aerial ace, and can always tank one or just soft lose the matchup and then come in with your Skarmory or stuff like that. And yeah, against Skarmory as well, the Steel Wing doesn't do that much, so Skarmory needs to land Sky Attack against your Annihilate if it finds you in the lead. And yeah, Tentacruel and Lanturns and Pidgeots are really not that big of a problem, but Pidgeot might be a little bit of a problem because Annihilate is a fighter in the lead, Pidgeot is a flyer in the lead, and I recommend you not to swap, but soft lose it maybe, because Feraligatr's Shadow Claw is also going to be resisted by Pidgeot because of its normal typing. So yeah, you can play either ways. You just need like 1 or 2 battles of practice, then you're good to go with this team. And another team is going to be Skarmory, Poliwrath and Goodra. Now the basic idea of this team is ABB against the fairy types or the charm users, like double back to charm at the back, or double weak to fairy at the back. That's Poliwrath and Goodra, and strong against fairy in the lead, that is Skarmory. And yeah, this team is going to be a little bit weak against those electric types like Lanturn. It is going to be ABA if you run Skarmory. Then yeah, you just don't need to like swap again. You can also run like Poliwrath in the lead, and you can soft lose that, debuffing their attack, and then come in with your Goodra. And I put Goodra instead of like Dragonite because it can resist those electric moves, as Dragonite is part flying and it is going to be only neutral, not resisted. So yeah, this is going to be another strong pick. And apart from those fairies and those stops, you can do pretty well against all the meta. As you can see, no problem against Tentacruel, not that big of a problem against Dragalge, and Pidgeot if you find it in the lead against your Skarmory, if you're running Skarmory in the lead. And Annihilate, like it can handle those Annihilates as well. Just need a little bit of a team play. And yeah, Mandibuzz and Skarmory, the meta again, it can do pretty well. Yeah, this team is a little bit balanced and pretty good to go. And another team is going to be Greedent, Dragonite and Lanturn. And this time I put Dragonite instead of Goodra, just to resist those fighting moves, as it's also flying. And because we'll be running Greedent in the lead, this team can do pretty good against the meta, as you can see at the side. Now the lead is going to be weak against Poliwrath, so you can safe swap into your Dragonite, and Lanturn is going to be strong against Poliwrath. And Dragonite only needs to watch out for the Ice Punch if you like shield them and do a lot of Dragon Breath damages, and you know what I mean. A little bit of team play required against Poliwrath. Other than that, it's pretty fine. Yeah, Annihilate gonna be a little bit of problem for this team. Again, do the same thing. You can safe swap into like either of Dragonite or Lanturn in case of Annihilate, and you just need to chip them away. Like Annihilate is not the tankiest Pokemon of all, like, you know, and Lanturn and Annihilate is going to be neutral. So yeah, it's pretty good. Other than that, if you find anything in the lead against your Greedent, you just don't need to swap out. Yeah, this team is pretty fine. It does pretty good against a lot of stuffs. Another team is going to be Gallade, Greninja, and Empoleon. Now, I want to warn you that this thing is going to lack bulk, and if you can manage that, then this team is going to be really good to run. As Gallade and Empoleon itself is a very good core for this meta, or is going to be very good core for this meta, as Gallade is weak against those flyers, and Empoleon as a steel can do pretty good against those flyers. And Empoleon is going to be weak against fighters, and Gallade, of course, because of its psychic typing, is going to be good against fighting. And if you find Annihilate in the lead with your Gallade, then you're gonna win in the lead in every shield scenario against Annihilate with your Gallade. So yeah, you really need to bait out those fighters. And yeah, this is kind of ABB for the fighters. And other than that, this team is gonna do pretty fine against a lot of stuffs as well. Like if you find Poliwrath, you need to stay in the lead, or you need to bait out the fighter. Then Feraligatr is the same, because Greninja can win Feraligatr, and apart from those Shadow Claws, you can always leaf blade that Feraligatr or safe swap into Empoleon if you find Feraligatr in the lead. And yeah, against Skarmory, you just need to safe swap into your Greninja, or yeah, that's what I do. And yeah, if it's a Pidgeot, just safe swap your Greninja. This team is gonna be pretty fine. Yeah, and against the dragons as well, the steel typing of Empoleon is gonna resist the dragon damage. So you can, yeah, play either ways from this team. This team is going to be pretty fine. Now, the last team is going to be Ampharos, Poliwrath, and Tentacruel. Now, this team looks ABB, but it is not ABB. In my opinion, it's more like RPS team. Now, this team is a little bit weak against like ground types like Galarian Stunfisk, because Ampharos and Tentacruel is both weak against Galarian Stunfisk. But you can manage that, as Poliwrath is solid against that, the Galarian Stunfisk. And Poliwrath and Ampharos is one of the strongest core in this meta, as Poliwrath is weak against flyers and Ampharos does very good against flyers. So yeah, you can see it can do really good against a lot of the meta in this Ultra Premier. And to be honest, this is going to be my best team, my favorite team for this Ultra Premier. And yeah, no team is gonna be that perfect, that good. Every team is gonna have some weakness. Like for example, I've run like Skeledirge, Poliwrath, and Lanturn in the Ultra League, not Premier, and entire team was weak against Lanturn, but I managed to do pretty good. Like if I found Lanturn in the lead against Skeledirge, I just stayed there and do the chip damage with those Disarming Voice and Shadow Balls. And like electric damage is just neutral against Skeledirge, and you just need to watch out for Surf. Yeah, so Ampharos that is why I kept Ampharos in the Ultra Premier with Poliwrath and Tentacruel. This is gonna be a solid core. And if you don't have like Tentacruel, because it takes XL candies, if you don't have Tentacruel, then you can use like something like other poisons, or you can even use Fairy, because it makes sense, as Tentacruel and Fairy is both weak against Galarian Stunfisk. But the thing with Tentacruel is it can do the damage with that Scald and do good bait move with Acid Spray. Yeah, you can work either ways with this team, and this team is going to be like solid. And that is it for the video. If you like this content, then please leave a like and leave a comment. This would help the channel grow, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys.